for Maesteg, as the men from the Knoll ran in more than a dozen tries.
It took Neath all of 10 minutes to open the scoring, with Mark Jones charging across the line. That dispelled any doubts over his fitness after that recent car crash, and it also suggested that Kevin Phillips was about to lead his team to yet another big win.
Especially in our own patch, we always like to give the crowd money's worth, and especially lately we are playing up to, well, not the usual standard, we are keeping our peak at the right time.
It must be a pleasure to play in the side at the moment.
It's great, it's a great feeling just coming up here on the way up. You know, it's a great feeling. I don't know, as long as you're winning and winning well like Neath are doing at the moment, and it's a tremendous feeling.
You obviously decide to run the ball at every opportunity out there today.
Well, not before we came out, we said we'd keep it, get us down there first quarter of an hour. If you could see them cracking up, as they say, we spin it a bit more, and we did eventually, and we had 1 or 2 tries on the board.
They certainly did, and Paul Thorburns' little chip, chase and catch was as neat as any. It meant he'd crossed the Maesteg line twice in the first half hour, and there was more to come later for the Welsh full-back. That was soon followed by tries from Kevin Phillips himself, Jeremy Pugh, a second from Mark Jones, and then another for the captain as well. All of them a tribute to the level of fitness which team manager Ron Waldron now demands at the Knoll.
He's keeping us on his toes, and Alan Roper as well. He's a big aspect in our fitness this year. He's coming here and making us doing our work before our training, and is obviously paying out at the end of the day.
73 points against Newbridge and there's 64 today. I mean, the players obviously love to see the points wrapping up on the board.
Yeah, of course, it's a good thing, scoring big points, but I think we'll have to go down to our basics when we come against the, well, not the better sides, the people that knows what we can do. We've got to tighten our game sometime or later, but I think we'll manage it.
Is it difficult to keep the players going when you are winning so convincingly like this?
No, I don't think I'm not to say much at the moment, because I know in the dressing room before you go out, not to say much, because I can feel it in the other boys. They're just laughing and joking, and as long as they like that, they want it, and it's coming out on top, and they're coming out and they've got so much confidence. They're running from everywhere. Not that I'm telling them to do it, but they just do it automatically.
Scoring has almost become automatic as well. Colin Laity across the line here, while the points piled up and up. That made it 42-0, and you had to feel sorry for the poor old parish side, defending just about as well as they could, but simply unable to stem the all-black tide. Jonathan Griffiths, the man to touch down here, as a Neath team which had walloped Glamorgan Wanderers and then annihilated Newbridge, set about the massacre of Maesteg. Not all the tries were classics, but even when things went wrong, they did manage to improvise their way out of trouble. Paul Thorburn in for a hat-trick here, which can't do his confidence any harm at all in the build-up to next Saturday. As for most of the moves, though, they were very good indeed.
Yeah, some tries are unbelievable, because Colin Laity breaking through the middle, Edmonds coming in, Thorburn coming in. It's a pleasure to, well, just stand back and watch him, but it's just unbelievable.
Only 2 believable for Maesteg, though. Colin Laity's second try making it 54-0, and the Neath appetite for points not satisfied yet. A well-worked move in front of the posts put Alan Edmonds in for his 30th try of the season, as his team headed for yet another massive score. But could all this runaway success backfire when they find themselves in a much tighter game?
I'm just telling you, that's going to be the crunch, I think, because we are going to run it against the harder men before the end, and then we could come unstuck, and I'll have to have a good chat before we go out and tell them to tighten things up, and let's hopefully they got enough. Well, they've been playing long enough to know what's an easy game, what's an hard game, and how to play it, so it shouldn't be up to me to tell them everything.
Chris Bridges didn't need telling what to do here. The scrum half away to make it 64-0, as Neath close in on 2 records, Pontypool's points total and Bridgen's tries count, both set in 1984. But what about that cup semi-final against Cardiff?
Oh, that's going to be a totally different game, because they've been in the semi-final and the final more than I've been playing, I think, but obviously we're going to take a different story to that game, and we're going to get down to business and play proper cup rugby again.
But looking ahead to it at the moment, fairly confident?
No.
That's surprising. I mean, why do you say that?
No, I'm never confident until I hear the final whistle.